for somebody that is used to going in and out, I've been forced to sit at one place, which might be very difficult for me this night. But unfortunately, I'll have to abide by the rules of Therese and Annette. The Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, development partners, sponsors of the National Journalism Awards 2025, Chairman Panel of Judges, the GPU National Journalism Awards Committee, the GPU Board, Secretary General and the Secretariat staff, media chiefs and veteran journalists, members of the academia, civil society and the media, and of course, our distinguished guest all the way from Dakar, Senegal, Mr. Seth Tijansi. Good evening to you all. As the President of the Gambia Press Union, I am honored deeply to address this auspicious occasion, being the 10th edition of the GPU National Journalism Awards under the theme, A Decade of Excellence, Strengthening Journalism for Democracy, Accountability, and the Safety of Journalists. This year's event holds particular significance as it is 10 years since a previous leadership of the Gambia Press Union conceived and presided over the first National Journalism Awards in its current form and magnitude to honor the best works of journalists and Gambian journalism. We thank them for blazing this trail and for the foresight to promote excellence in journalism. The award has since become a huge motivating factor to all journalists to pursue stories that enhance transparency in government, accountability, and justice. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's theme was chosen to highlight the role of the journalism promoting democracy and political accountability, as well as the need to ensure the safety of journalists in the Gambia. In several societies around the world, including in the Gambia, professional journalism has over the years shown a positive influence on our democratic dispensation, civic engagement, transparency, and accountability in government. Stories that span several journalism bits and address critical governance issues like promoting the rule of law and also shedding light on transitional justice issues, as well as social and economic challenges that our country is faced with. Such groundbreaking stories that we celebrated over the years were done with utmost professionalism and in upholding our obligations and to strengthen journalism's watchdog role. It is without doubt that tonight we will see higher standards of journalism and impactful storytelling, recognized as the winning stories become better year on year. Ladies and gentlemen, despite this progress, Gambian journalists still operate under an environment of unfavorable media laws. Of notable concern is the enactment of the Criminal Offences Act 2025, which replicated the provision of false publication and broadcasting from the old criminal code. This law, which prescribes imprisoned journalists and heavy fines, goes against the promotion of democracy and accountability in governance, and a violation of press freedom in particular and freedom of expression in general. We also note with concerns new laws that are being made, like the Cybercrime Bill 2023, which has provisions that go beyond addressing false news online with a direct attempt to punish investigative journalism and to kill transparency and accountability in government. Another challenge that journalists face today is access to information, especially information related to government contracts and probes into the use of public funds. We know that accurate and publicly accessible government information is fundamental to the accountable democratic governance that we seek to achieve as a country. However, despite the existence of an access to information law, full implementation is yet to be achieved. While there has been significant improvement in proactive disclosure of public information among some institutions of government, Challenges exist with regards to the disclosure of public information upon request, as most institutions have yet to designate information officers and are unresponsive to requests. We acknowledge the progress made in press freedom and freedom of expression over the years, and we commend the government for the gains made, including the enactment of the Access to Information Law in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this year, we are glad to share a piece of good news. We are happy to announce that after several attempts, the government of the Gambia has finally allocated a plot of land to the Gambia Press Union, measuring 25 by 25 in Bruceby. The idea to build a national press banter bar is to house the Gambia Press Union Secretariat, the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, the GPU affiliates, and the Media Council of the Gambia. Once achieved, this will end the frequent relocation of our secretariat in our 46 years of existence and address challenges of unaffordable rent prices. I will take credit for this particular development, although my predecessor started this undertaking to ensure that the GPU gets a land. From the time of Sheriff Bojang to my immediate predecessor, Mohamed Esba. But again, it came through under my tenure, so I'll take credit for it. The objectives for the building project are as follows: to ensure the sustainability of the GPU and its subsidiaries and affiliates, to generate some funds that will contribute to the long-term sustainability of the Gambia Press Union, but also to expand the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication. As you've seen, the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication has its success written all over our faces. And with time, we need to develop this school, and which is why we'll also look for a place in order to be able to expand the school. The plan is to build a 5-story made up of 13 offices, 2 conference rooms, 12 classrooms that includes TV and radio studios, 20 guest rooms, and stores, among other facilities. We will be looking forward to the continuous support from the government and the development partners to realize this long-term objective of the GPU to finally have a home and to continue our long-term commitment to media development in particular and national development in general. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to conclude by extending my gratitude to the Awards Committee for their outstanding work to making sure that this 10th year anniversary becomes a success. But particular mention to Therese Gomez and Annette Camara. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. The GPU board and the staff for their unwavering support, and our partners for their continued commitment to the success of the National Journalism Awards. We hope for increased partnerships next year to celebrate more excellence in journalism, but also special mention to our distinguished editors in the various newsrooms that have been able to do remarkably well to ensure that most of our reporters are able to uphold the key ethics of the profession. Let us continue to work together to uphold the principles of press freedom, freedom of expression, and democracy in the Gambia. I thank you all for your kind attention.